since I do a market recap every single day, I don't think I need to go over any market stuff. So I'll just go right into the charts. What do you guys want me to see? QCOM, okay. We'll just go over SC first because it's right on my screen. But yeah, I took a long on SC. The only reason I took it, we were a little bit oversold. I told you I'm using it a little bit. Like there's a ton of flow in there. Daily's oversold. Last time the daily was this oversold was back here. Yeah, so last time we were this oversold on the daily was back here. Yeah, so last time we were this oversold, look what happened. We were on a huge rally and we ripped. They doubled the stock back here. So right now we are still in SE. I think we're down quite a bit on it. I'm not really worried about it. I have a ton of equity in my account. It's one of my favorite companies in the stock market, if not the favorite. And yeah, we'll see how this one works out. We broke support today. I didn't like that. We need to close above it. So we could look at support a different way as well. We could look at it horizontally here. And we're still below that. So yeah, we're just looking for an oversold bounce here. Everything looks ready to bounce. We'll see what happens. There's a lot of flow. There's earnings coming up May 18th, and I think they'll kill earnings. So here we go on SQ Square. We got Square right here. I already got a line drawn. This is a demand zone. So like I told you guys, support and resistance are they're zones. They're not exact numbers or lines. Support and resistance bends, but it doesn't break usually. So this whole support between 203 and 195, I would count this as a demand zone. What I mean by demand zone is this is where people want to buy, and then up here would be where people are selling, around 275s. So this is the range where they're selling, and this is the range where they're buying. And in the middle is just all fluff. It doesn't matter. So SQ, I think it could be time to start taking a little bit of a shot. I mean, small. So what you do basically, this is a full-blown bear market. A lot of people are struggling with the reality that we're in a bear market. They keep thinking it's just a correction, it's just a correction. This is a full-on bear market. When one of your stocks is down 70% in a few months, that should tell you that stock is broken. It will not go back to the highs that it was at for at least another 2-3 years, in my opinion. Like, for example, let me show you one thing. Everyone, this is Space is one of our favorites, right? It went up to around over $60, and today it closed at $15. What is that's over 80% downside. 80% downside on your move means your stock is freaking broken. Look at what it did last time. The spike up here, it went up to 42.50. It came all the way down to 1177, and this is in the bull market. This is in a good bull market. So it came down like a lot here. Look how long it went sideways before it did anything. Even this pop, it doesn't matter. It took from last February until this February for it to get back to this 42.50. So one whole year. And that was in a good market. After March, the market was great, and it took a full year to get back to its previous highs. So that's what's setting up on a lot of stocks right now. And it even broke the support that we were drawing. Look at the support trend line I had drawn. It's gone. It's in a bear market. For Space to get back over 60, it's going to take 2 to 3 years, in my opinion, if it ever gets back to 50. So just keep that in the back of your mind. If you're bag holding a bunch of these stocks, I don't expect quickly back to all-time highs. Right now, everything is oversold. We should get a little bounce just to cool off the RSI and squeeze the shorts out. Can you guys keep it down, bro? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. And then we should get a bounce. I don't know how far it'll go, but for these stocks to get back to all-time highs, it's going to be very, very hard. We got AMP. AMP, very strong chart. I don't know. Oh, they're financial. So they're bank. It moves slow. It's in a consistent bull trend right here. Looks like a very nice chart. Let me just see if we can get a channel here. Yeah, it's pretty clear channel here. Pretty easy price action. Whoever sent this one, thank you. Cody. Looks like a strong chart. I mean, if you want to invest in banks, I would like this one. If it came down to this white line and touched it, that would be the best entry possible, because then you can have a stop loss right under it. And if you're buying equity instead of options on this one, you'll get a dividend because it's a bank stock. Again, know what you're trading. It's a bank stock. It's not going to rip 10% in a day. It might rip 10% in a month, but not in a day. So just know what you're trading. It's going to be a slower, longer trade. Etsy is ugly, as I went over in my market recap today. So we had this support here at 166. We got through it briefly, but we never closed above 170. I wanted to close above 170, and then it can start working on this gap up to 181. So we need to close on Etsy above 170, or I'm not even interested in it at all. But as you see here, the seller's volume is kind of drying up. Today was just coming down because no one was buying, not because people were selling. What else we got? Oh, Cody, what's up, Gumball? Forgot it was you. We got Cat out here. Cat, I'm bullish on long term because the infrastructure bill, they're going to make a lot of money. As you can see, we were trading it back here around the 180s. Of course, we sold early because right now it's at 240. There's no real setup on it here. It's a strong chart. I'm bullish on it, but trading-wise, I don't really see an entry or anything here. It's just kind of toppy. Waiting for like a little bull flag, and maybe, I mean, if you zoom in and you really like the company, because I am bullish on it, but if you really want an entry, I would probably just watch for the break of this bull flag right here. So we would watch around, yeah, just a break of probably 241. Through 241, you can take Cat. I don't mind that trade. It's infrastructure. It's not tech, so do your thing. We got Apple. Big tech was strong today, even though the rest got murdered. So just what I see, I'll tell you guys what I'm seeing in the market right now. These big tech companies that have free cash flow, they're going to be hit less than the companies like that have been flying these last, like the cloud plays are gonna get crushed. Twilio, Team, TTD, Equity, Hubs, all these ad plays, they're gonna get crushed because their earnings, their price to earnings are through the roof. They're trading at like 80 to 90 times their sales. Some of them are trading 80 to 90 times their sales 7 years down the road. So that just tells you valuation wise. There is some steals in the big tech space still. I think Facebook and Google are still relatively cheap just based on their balance sheets. But Apple here, if Apple gets down to 116, Warren Buffett and everyone you know will buy Apple. In my opinion, everyone's going to load it. The company's too good. It's not going to fail. It's been through bull markets, bear markets, everything, and it continues to rise. Just let me show you one thing. For Apple, this is a monthly chart. It never goes down. It just keeps grinding up. It pulls back, it grinds back up. It pulls back, it grinds back up. Every single year, month by month. And right now we are looking at, I don't want to get rid of these fibs because I like these fibs, but it's just sideways. It's not even down. So we're just waiting. I do not mind you buying big tech on dips at all. But for me, I'm not playing it. Alright, so what do we got next? We got Clover Health. They are killing Mr. Chamath and Mrs. Kathy Woods. Okay, so you guys see, I already have like lines drawn out on most of these names because I've been over them and I've looked at them. And right now, Clove does not look interesting to me at all. It might be a short. I mean, if it breaks this support, if you want to go long on it, here's the place to go long on it with a tight stop underneath. If you want to go short on it, you wait till it breaks this yellow line, which is $7. Under $7, you can short it. That's all you can play on Clove right now. Both ways, it's up to you. If you're bullish or bearish, you can play based on that. And I think actually for a long, I kind of like it here. Because we are getting oversold, stochastics are way too low. We should get a little relief bounce in the whole market in general. But we will see. Alright, let's take a look at NEO. QCOM already, oh, I didn't do QCOM? Okay. So Neo, just an ugly chart, falling knife. Don't like it at all. Just took out this support today. But what Neo likes to do is it likes to undercut the previous support by a few pennies, and then it likes to reverse and rip. So keep an eye on this one if you want it. I'm not interested in it at all because I'm not interested in any electric vehicle companies right now because valuations are starting to come down. The whole market's about to go through a transformation. Transformation will be these companies that are trading at 30 times their sales for this year. They're going to come down and start trading at 5 times their sales, and that's going to happen all across Wall Street. And right now, Neo and these electric vehicle companies are trading at like 30 times sales, like 5 years down the road. So that should just tell you what I think about these companies. If I was watching Neo for a trade, I'd wait for a bounce and then I'd short it heavy. Qcom. All the charts are just ugly. They're all the same. They're all falling knives. They're all oversold almost. There's no support. They're breaking supports. You could play it off this support, I guess. This hasn't broke this support. But again, it's like temporary bounce, and I want to see it come down and take this out and short it. It's not the time to go long. I'm looking for puts now. I'm putting put swing trades. It's going to be completely different. Reason for Twilio puts. Okay, let me show you. So I told you guys today, I was looking at these ad tech companies because they're all trading at like 50, 60 times their earnings for like 5 years from now. No worries, Tanuj. Yeah, so I'm looking at these ad tech companies. I was looking at a list of them today, actually. Twilio, Hubs, Team, TTD, Equity, Perry, MGNI, whatever, blah, 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 all of them. And I went to Team and I opened the daily chart and I seen that it's hanging around this 200-day moving average right here. The blue line is the 200-day moving average. It's at 212.47. The price of the stock is 212.44. So it's kind of just hanging around there. It's showing a little bit of relative strength to the sector. Whereas you look at TTD, it's completely blown up. The 200-day was at 656 and the stock's trading at 493, so that one's very weak. And then the reason I chose Twilio was because it was under 200-day. And look at this candle. This is ugly. This is almost a bearish engulfing candle. We had the little lower wick at the top, but it's almost a bearish candle. It's underneath the 200-day. It took out the previous low here today, and it actually closed below it. So it's the weakest one in the group. That's why I chose Twilio to take puts on. And let's see. What is next? PG, Procter Gamble. Let's see. I've never traded this one. It's so boring. It's just too boring for me. It's not a bad setup though. You can kind of see a cup and handle here. It's a nice chart, Danuj. Good find. I won't trade it personally. It's too slow for me, but I can see what you're saying. There's a little cup and handle going on here. This, and then this is a handle, and now it's going to try to break the resistance. So P&G over 138.50. I'm with it. I like that trade. And if it rejects the resistance, you can short it here as well. ALXO. I've never even heard of that one. Another ugly chart. It's just broken. There's nothing on this, bro. See if I can get anything. Maybe that support you could use for an entry. I don't like it at all. I don't know what they do. Oncology, so they deal with cancer, I guess. So these cancer companies too are hard because if I was to trade this, I would trade it short through the support line. But then any day they announce some news, like they got some drug or some positive trial on cancer, that stock's going to fly 160%, and then your account's going to die. So it's pretty clear channel. You can trade it. I mean, I wouldn't take it. GT. Talking about tires in here, bro. There ain't even no gas for cars. Why are you going to buy tires for? Goodyear here. I can't even believe I charted this before. That's interesting. Resistance is up here at 1929, 1938, 1978, 19. So this one is just a play through all-time highs. It's a nice bull flag. It's a very nice chart. Ricky bought calls on GT. Well, he saw this bull flag. The chart is nice. I was just joking around like it's tires. Who gives a shit? The chart's nice. So the weekly chart, you have this base forming here as well. I love that. Through $20, through 21, this one can really start moving quick. There's a nice little base under there on the weekly. So let's see. If it gets through 21, it can move. If it doesn't get through 21, I mean, it's tires. XOM. Exxon Mobil. Okay, so Mobile, this is a energy play. It's a decent play. I mean, I don't really see anything special on it. It's got a very clear support here. So you guys should notice something about these charting sessions. What happens is whenever we have a charting session and all the charts that we open up, they're very, very bullish. That's usually a time where you want to get in. When I'm excited about charts. When I come into a charting session and it's very boring and all the charts look the same and they're all broken. I'm not saying this chart in general. I'm just saying like overall, most of the charts that I've looked at in the last couple, 3-4 days, they're all very bearish and very boring, very broken. No reason to have them. And yeah. So this is a very clear support here at 54.45. If I was to get into this one, I would buy equity and I would buy it around 54.45 with a tight stop underneath, just because there is a dividend on this one, a very nice dividend. So yeah, you could buy this one around 54.50 and just put in your RSP and leave it there. Yeah, that's what I mean, Ilya. It's very hard to chart during these times. It's just because all the charts are broken. So that should just go in the back of your head, and you should just keep that in your head and know, like, this is not a good market to trade right now. So the more cash I have, when we do turn around and start setting up, I'll be ready. That's what you need to have in the back of your brain. That's why I'm not calling out that many trades. I don't even watch the market all day. Sometimes it's just there's no point. The more you watch, the more you get sucked into trades, you know, so you just chill. Tesla, another broken chart. Elon Musk is going wild. I don't know if he did some mushrooms or something, but he's tweeting up a storm right now. I think the government's in his ear saying you have to say this, you have to say that, but it's another story for another time. We got Tesla. We had this massive bull run. We hit a big brick wall at 900. You know how many people bought Tesla at 900? A lot of people bought Tesla at 900. So what's going to happen? When Tesla in a few years or in a year and a half or 2 years gets back to 900, all these people are going to be selling their stock that bought it way up here. So this 900 level is going to be resistance for at least 2-3 years more, in my opinion, if it ever gets back there. Again, like I told you guys, if stock goes up to 900 and it pulls back to 559, it closed that today. That's almost half its value. Oh, like not almost half, but like $400 off your stock price in the matter of like not even 2 months, like a month. In 1 month, you lost $400 of your $900 stock. So that should tell you how much market cap you lost. They're just way down, and this chart's just broken. It's a falling knife. If you want to go long on it, the only support you had was a 200-day moving average, which is 579. Today it closed at 571, so it closed below the 200-day moving average. No support down here until this one right here, which is at 539. So if you like Tesla, you want to start scaling in, I would buy a little bit at 539 equity, and then my next buy would be way down here at 379. So let's see if anything changes when we go to monthly chart. Yeah, those are monthly levels as well. And weekly. Same thing, yeah. So my first ad would probably be 539, and then my second ad would be 379 if we get down there. Yeah, Tesla's gonna take a beating. You guys got any other charts? But yeah, another thing I want to talk about, just go to SPY real quick. What people don't understand is like, I know the market's hard right now. It's tough time, whatever. It's going down every day. It's not easy to look at your accounts. But you have to realize we're just looking at the daily charts, right? Every day we're looking at daily charts usually. If you look at a daily chart, it's just sideways up, right? It's just grinding higher channel. Even SPY has barely even came down. All-time high on SPY is 422.82, and we are sitting at only 407. That's only we're only 15 points off the highs, guys. Before March last year, we were at 339. So we overshot on SPY. Like I said in my podcast, if you guys listen to it, what happened in the market is there's always a mean. You see this red line? Let's say that is the mean of the stock market. It's not. I'm just using it as an example right now, this red line. This is where the red line is where the market is supposed to be. But when bad news came out, it way overreacted to the downside, and then we way overreacted to the upside. But stocks always have to come back to their mean. Okay, so this is only a daily chart. This is daily action we're watching, and there's a much longer time frame than that. Let me show you this weekly. The weekly just started consolidation. Like, look at this chart, man. It's straight up in a line. This is a crazy V. If we went from here down to here and then back to here, I would have understood. But we went from here down to here all the way back up here on the weekly. So weekly consolidation has to happen now. And like I said, for weekly consolidation, we need to hold this level of 371. If we don't hold 371, we might even go into monthly consolidation. And monthly consolidation, we will see the 350s. So yeah, just keep that in the back of your mind. Anything is possible. Look at this chart. Look how many months we've been straight up. Even the COVID flash was just a little blip in the longer term up price action. So if you look, this is a monthly chart. Look at back here. We ran up and then we pulled back from all of 2000, from March of 2000 all the way to March of 2003, straight down. This was the dot-com crash for all the young people in here that weren't trading. I wasn't even trading during that time. I'm not going to pretend. 2008, we had a 1 year monthly consolidation. And March, we had the worst pandemic ever. All small businesses are going broke. We have inflation. We have wars. We have concentration camps. We have everything going wrong. And we are at all-time highs in the stock market. So just keep that in the back of your mind. We could possibly go into monthly consolidation. So just know what will you do if we go into a full-on bear market for the next 2 years, which is what I think will happen. Palantir. I got good news on Palantir. The chart doesn't matter. We Boogie's in calls, and Boogie got some good luck today. Boogie got shit on by a bird, which is very good luck. So his Palantir calls are gonna print 1,000%. And he got a $170 price target on it as well. So nothing on the chart matters. What are the big business booming through? Palantir earnings are actually very good. They're accepting Bitcoin. They're expecting 30% growth year over year. The analysts actually predicted that Palantir would have negative $48 million of cash. They had 128 million positive. So that's a big beat on the cash. Just the market held it down. That's it. 200-day EMA can be used as the mean. That's what it's used for, yes. As long as we're above the 200 MA, we're in a bull market, and we're under, we're in a bear market. What else we got? We all in Palantir now, thanks to Boogie. Yeah, I might jump in back again tomorrow. I have a ton of equity, but I'm going to jump in calls tomorrow as well. So since all the charts are broken, there's not really too much to look at. You guys can ask a couple questions if you want. We'll just do another 5-6 minutes of questions, and I'll call it a day. No questions? Everyone's good? Everyone's pro trader? 200 SMA can be used for daily trading calls or puts. Daily trading calls or puts, I don't, yeah, you can use it. Like, for example, some stocks will bounce off. You can use it as a support. It's one layer of probability in your trade. So, say you wanted to buy this Palantir, for example. Where's the moving average on this? Too much stuff on this chart. Let's go. The longer out you go, the more accurate these moving averages are. Where are my? Oh, Palantir doesn't even have a weekly moving average. Just go to real stock. Let's go GME, everyone's favorite stock. All right. So GME, what's happening right now? Let's say Thanuj falls down and it goes to the moving average, which is at $89. What you can do is you can see it at $89. You can see if the RSI is oversold. You can see if the stochastics are way lower. And you just put all these probabilities together and then you can take your trade based on that. Not alone off the 200-day, but like there needs to be some stuff lining up. Like there needs to be big buyers buying at the moving average. You need to see volume coming in. Yes, because of the bird, Joseph. If a bird shits on you, it's very good luck. And Bugi was sitting in the back seat and the shit flew in through the front window and went and only hit him. And he's the only one that called Palantir today. So it's going 1,000%. If we go in a bear market, will some sectors pop off and then have rotations? Yeah, so rotation is all part of the game. That's what they're going to do in the bear market too. And now I'm very bearish. I know you guys probably think I'm like way too bearish. Some people on TV are telling you to buy the dip, buy the dip. It's your money at the end of the day. You can do what you want. But I'm just warning you guys, there is a lot more downside possible here. A lot. Don't buy the dip until we tell you to buy the dip. Until we start buying the dip, sorry. Would you take puts, leaps? Wait, you're going bear market. So what is the best way to play it? Or will it just be seeing which sector has flow? Yeah, it's just going to be, we're going to watch to see the sector. So in a bear market, it's really hard because the shorts hit so quickly. And then the longs, you cannot stay in them. So what we will do is we'll teach you how to get in and out of stocks really, really fast when you're in calls and how to hold puts without being afraid. Because overnight, holding puts overnight is so hard, man. Any news on that company comes out, they gap up 10%, your puts are zero. Would you take leaps or bear market? I would rather have equity, bro. And the way I buy equity, I explain this to you guys. Let's say I want 100 shares of something. Instead of buying all 100 shares at that support, I would buy 33 shares there. I'd wait till the next support, put a limit order for 33 more there. And then the next support, I'd put 33 there. If it doesn't even dip that low, that's fine with me. I don't care. I'll sit in 1/3 position. Scalping, best strategy. Yeah, day traders. This is a day trader's paradise right now. There's volatility everywhere. What are the blue and yellow bars on the side? Blue and yellow bars are volume shelves. I don't use them all the time. But the reason I was using them is for the XLF trade, actually. Why the hell do I have Bitcoin open on here? Blech. XLF. Where's my wallet? Yeah, so if you go on TradingView, you just go to indicators. It's called visible range right here. And then it's one of my favorite things to use sometimes. I don't trade based on it. I just use it to add to my probabilities, like I told you guys. Because everything in trading is just probabilities. This is what I had drawn yesterday. So let's delete this part. And I had this right here. So this is a major support. You go to the hourly. I'm going to do this chart and then I'm going to call it a day, okay? I'm going to show you why my XLF short was so much money. XLF has this very strong support here at around 37 bucks, 36.95ish. And this is a horizontal support. So what happened was right here is when I called out the puts, okay? Now, why did I call them out? Let me zoom in a little bit. Right here. So you see, it bounced off my $37 horizontal support, and then it made a bear flag here. Bear flag. Lower high, lower, higher low, lower high, higher low. And if it cracked, there was a bunch of little under 37. There's like a big air pocket here. What I mean by air pocket is these volume bars represent where people's stop losses and where people limit buys are. So you see this big bar with the red candle, that means that's where the most orders are waiting to be filled. This one down here, there's no orders waiting to be filled. So if it breaks that, it could flush. like you've seen here. We broke through 37 and it just flushed. And that was overnight with no volume. If this was during the day, this would have flushed all the way down here to like 3620s, 36s. But yeah, I hope you guys learned something. If you have any questions, just message in the premium chat. Thank you guys for attending. I'll see you guys tomorrow.